I need to take back control over my life. I'm sick and tired of being unproductive, lazy, and watching other people succeed in life instead of living myself. I spend countless times sitting at my desk at 2 a.m. making detailed plans just to wake up the next day and get back into the same rut of endless scrolling, shallow work, procrastination, scrolling more, eating junk, porn, and binge-watching Netflix over and over again.
To tackle this problem in a meaningful way, I spent the last 2 weeks studying this one question. Why is dopamine so addictive?
What I found out is that I am not alone. Humans have never been so addicted in history. It's a complex problem which can be simplified into this 3-step loop, also called the dopamine reward system. Let's look at a common example. You get home from a hard day's work and feel that you're thirsty. That's the cue. You open the fridge and instead of drinking water, which would ultimately solve the problem of thirst, you grab a cold Coke instead. That's the action. As the sparkling cold Coke hits your receptors in your mouth, it sends a signal to your brain and releases dopamine. That's the reward. This tells your brain that the action you just did is beneficial for you and needs to be repeated. This is why addicts throw their lives away just to get that one hit of dopamine. Gamblers spend their whole life savings on a roulette game, and also why we spend countless hours scrolling on our phones, watching others live a happy fake life instead of living ourselves.
Now, you might ask yourself, if dopamine is so addictive, why did our brains develop this harmful pattern in the first place?
From an evolutionary standpoint, the dopamine loop has one very important purpose: keep us, the human species, alive. Simply said, our brain has learned to reward us for things that help us survive and thrive. Fatty foods to build energy reserves in our body, sex to reproduce.
Yeah, they're real.
Endurance and physical strength to hunt and attract mates, and social interaction to thrive in communities. The issue is that today's world has so drastically changed over the past few hundred years that the reward system in our brain is simply outdated and can't keep up. The sad truth is that huge companies exploit this imbalance to make money. Lots of it. Each product, service, platform, and app we use on a daily basis are designed to keep us hooked with dopamine. The more time we spend on these, the more money they make and the more they can reinvest in research to exploit the problem even more. So at the end of the day, it's not entirely my fault that I'm hooked on my screens all day, but it certainly is my responsibility. And that's why I'm doing this dopamine detox, with the hopes that it inspires you to do the same. So here are the rules. No social media, no alcohol, drugs, sugar or junk food, no shopping, no TV or video games, no porn, and finally, no music. The only music I'm allowed to listen to is lo-fi and binaural beats, which help me focus. With the rules set, let's prepare for tomorrow.
So behind me I put together a little table of dopamine with all my favorite snacks and beers that I put together for the last evening until we get ready to follow the rules tomorrow. Let's do it.
For the first time in weeks, I woke up without an alarm. It's Sunday, and instead of grabbing my phone right away, I want to go on a morning run to start the week the right way.
Got my fingers on the post, avocado and toast, leather seats, jet plane, always ready to go. Catch a suntan on the roof of the yacht, a penthouse.
The first thing I noticed right away is no music. Saying no to music is saying yes to the sounds of Mother Earth and yourself. As your senses amplify and you tune in with your steps, your heart rate, and your breath, the only thing that matters is the now.
It feels so good already. I used to go on morning runs, and now I remember why. It always kind of lifts my spirit. I feel like I'm in power. I'm the captain of my ship and I can decide how I spend my days and ultimately on my happiness. And no music means listening to your breath, listening to the sounds of nature around you, and it allows you to tune in. So yeah, I'm excited. I'll repeat that.
To start the week without being constantly tempted to break the rules, I want to use this first morning to implement a great strategy from one of the leading experts in the psychology of habits. In the book Atomic Habits, James Clear explains that by changing your surroundings, you can easily adopt new habits and ditch bad ones. The idea is to place hurdles in the way of bad behaviors and to remove the barriers to good ones. So for me, this means deleting all the social media apps on my phone, iPad and computer. I also downloaded this browser extension called BlockSite, which allows me to block certain websites. So now if I type in Pornhub, it redirects me to a GIF from Goggins saying,
Stay hard!
This is actually hilarious. Alright, so now that the apartment is clean and I replaced all the bad cues with some good ones, it's time to get some work done. I have some editing to do and I want to get out of here. So I know a co-working space not too far, so let's get out there. So I'm just on a little evening walk here. I'm happy to say that the first day was a success. I went on a run, organized my apartment and got a lot of work done. And the best thing is I still haven't checked my phone today, which really feels liberating. I'm quite tired and I'm hungry. You know, right now I would probably have some kind of a snack, sugary snack to give me energy, but I want to eat some healthy stuff today. I'm not sure what I have, so I'm just gonna prepare some dinner and then, yeah, I'm excited for this week. Killing me slowly. Let's just go for a run or something. But I don't have any motivation to go for a run. What's up everyone? It's day 4. Is it day 4? Yesterday was really hard because I just couldn't do anything. I was really bored all day long and always wanted to reach towards something like social media. Oh, I didn't break the rules, but it was hard. And today I don't want to get into the same rut and decided just not to sit here all day. But when I do have free time to do something productive, either going outside. I know there's a few things in my bedroom that I wanted to fix for a few weeks already. So I'm gonna try to do that. This works. Ta-da! Perfect. Maybe I gotta oil this thing as well. Marcella's gonna be so happy when she sees this. This is done. I feel super good right now. Doing something with my hands, seeing the result, being satisfied with the time I spend. So I feel satisfied with myself right now, which is awesome. And you know, now I'm quite motivated just to go for a little run and not be bored. So just do stuff, okay? Maybe do some groceries and be busy. So I'm gonna try to keep busy now. Let's do it. Yesterday was so good. So now a little coffee and I already was productive this morning, and now we can go for a little surf session at lunch. Let's do it. It's the final day of my dopamine detox journey and I'm feeling refreshed and revitalized. The week kicked off with a surge of motivation to break free from the clutches of doom scrolling and procrastination. But days 2 and 3 were really difficult. The surplus of new time was overwhelming in the beginning. Going from 2 hours of screen time to 0 left me with an extra 120 minutes per day to fill. And resisting all the dopamine-driven activities on my rule board felt like an uphill battle. But on day 4, I seemed to crack the code. I kept myself occupied with small, fulfilling projects that had been lingering on my to-do list. I finally completed the little furniture setup in our bedroom, and whenever there was a little gap between work commitments, I tried to put my energy into physical activities like going to the gym, surfing, or running. In fact, I managed to film a long-awaited video for my YouTube channel, a 10-minute mobility break that always leaves me feeling super energized. So if you want to move your body after this video, take this 10-minute workout, you won't regret it. So what did I really learn from the experience? Recently, I stumbled upon the Red Park experiment, which offers a profound insight into addiction and perfectly describes what I experienced this week. In the experiment, scientists placed rats in solitary cages with 2 water bottles, one filled with pure water and the other laced with cocaine. Unfailingly, the rat picks the cocaine-infused water, triggering an excessive dopamine rush until it overdoses and dies. The researchers were frustrated by the consistent outcome, wishing the rat would take sips of water too. However, after numerous trials, they realized that their hopes were in vain, and the rats always spiraled into a lethal overdose. This bleak discovery led them to create a different enclosure called Rat Park. The new environment featured other rats, playful diversions, and engaging mazes to keep them occupied. Once again, the water and cocaine-laced options were available for hydration. And remarkably, the rats in Rat Park lost interest in the cocaine-laced water. While some occasionally indulged, they never reached the brink of overdose and death. The introduction of social interactions and stimulating activities seemed to extinguish the rats' desire for quick, easy dopamine fixes. This experiment teaches us a crucial lesson. To lower our insatiable dopamine cravings, we must cultivate genuine connections with other humans and envelop ourselves in enjoyable activities. So, what's next? In conclusion, this week has been an eye-opening experience. I've realized the importance of creating a human park in my life. Thanks for joining me on this adventure. Stay wilding. Peace.